We have a special guest in the studio today, a dynamic leader, co-founder and CEO helping event creators and some of the world's biggest brands connect with audiences in powerful new ways. From the global stage in Cannes to right here in Chicago, he's become a trusted voice on innovation, inclusivity, and motivating others to reach their full potential. I'm so excited for this conversation. Let's welcome the one and only Jeff Osuji.
What's happening? What's happening? What's up?
Hi.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you taking time to connect.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You all over. So
Man.
I'm like, I need to take this chance right now.
We moving and working, you know? So thank you for your patience and thank you for taking time to bring me in here to this amazing platform that you have, that you've built. I know you had some dope guests and excited to be in company with some dope people.
You sure are. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to get right to it then.
Let's do it.
So you are very multifaceted, like I mentioned, and it's safe to say that what jump-started your entrepreneurship was the creation of your ticketing and event management platform, Eventnoire.
You know what? I would say what jump-started was me jumping into hosting my own events.
Okay.
What I call live media. I've been in media for years, but live media allows you to really foster connections, and hosting events from Chicago to New York to LA to France has allowed me to build a dope network of amazing people, but also foster some great connections.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'd say events. And then once I really saw the opportunity, what was missing in the event space, we launched Eventnoire.
Okay. I'm glad you said that, because the next question is, what problem did you see that was in the events industry that inspired you to co-create your platform?
Some of the things that still exist, I think a lot of people are trying to tackle, is just kind of the ability to build community, leveraging technology.
You said build community?
Build community.
What do
I
you
think
mean by
that
that?
when you have event platforms originally were just gateways to get your ticket and go to an event. But nowadays, you're seeing more folks that are focusing on platforms that are building community and are integrating that into the platforms that they're using. So whether it's Eventnoire or other platforms you're using, it's all about, like, one, how can you foster engagement before the actual event? How can you foster engagement during the event? How can you foster event engagement afterwards? Really creating that 360-degree approach. People want more than just transactional relationships with the brands that they support.
That's true.
And with Eventnoire, for us, we saw that people of color especially, and people who really focused on hip-hop culture, et cetera, couldn't find dope experiences because the other platforms were too saturated.
I agree with that. Yes. It definitely used to be hard back in the day trying to find something to do, especially if you want to be outside or, attend something, have a little fun.
Yeah, everything ain't for everybody. And if you're looking for, there's certain factors like safety. If you're, in Chicago, wherever you are, you want to make sure you're going to a place that's safe, that the person hosting the event is a valid individual, to make sure that it's in a, the DJ is going to be playing the type of music that you enjoy, right? And so being able to...
I heard the DJs make the party nowadays. Is that kind of true?
I would say a combination of the hosts and the DJs. The DJs can break the party, though, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
A bad DJ will ruin the party, but luckily we work with a lot of quality DJs out there. So
okay.
Yeah. I had a event recently, and DJ's an amazing person, but she didn't have her cords, and literally 45 minutes, an hour, it's just dead silence. And so they can make
45 minutes to an hour?
Yeah. People have to have their cords, right? So,
did they start doing no music?
we did a Bluetooth.
Okay.
We did a Bluetooth and we worked it out. But
okay.
people, like, everybody has the ability to make or break an event. But I say there's a combination of the host, the DJ, and the crowd. You're curating, right?
Okay. So you put the responsibility back on the crowd too.
Well, 100%. I mean, the host is curating a crowd.
Yeah.
But if the vibe is people dancing, or it's a vibe people being wallflowers, right? Or are people getting mixy? Are they networking, or are they on their phones, interacting on IG and streaming? Right. So, I think that they have a role to play as well.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So you shared before how during your founder's journey, I've seen this like a clip you posted one time, saying that you pitched to hundreds of investors and got numerous rejections.
Oh, yeah.
With that being said, what gave you the courage to keep going despite all the no's?
I feel like when you have a mission or something that's put on you, you have to go out and accomplish it. And resistance is a part of the process, and that's what makes you stronger. It's like being in a gym, right? I had to get a personal trainer recently because I'm like, you know what? I'm not challenging myself in the gym. But the more you get challenged, the stronger you get. That allows you to just become a better competitor, an athlete, right? So for me, every no was like another chip on my shoulder, which is okay. I got to get it done, and that's who I've always been.
Okay, I was gonna ask, like, when did you get the mentality? You always just had that mentality?
Well, yeah. For me, if somebody tells me I can't do something, I have to do it. And when I was a kid, they tell me don't touch a stove. I'm gonna touch a stove. If you tell me, don't stop talking in class, I was always a class clown. I had to talk to everybody in class. So for me, I never like people putting me in a box or boundaries. And so I would say with fundraising, it's a tough sport, but resistance leads to better experience. You get better pitching. Okay. And then, but for me, I knew what I set out to do. And I actually had one of my investors and advisor. He was like, "You can't be." He put a limitation on me, and he was like, "Man." And all I could think about is, I'm going to do exactly what he told me I can't do, right? And so whatever you use to fuel your success is what it is. But for me, it's when people tell me I can't do something that makes me want to do it. Yeah.
And that fuels you even more.
Yeah, 100%.
I love that.
100%.
Okay. Have you ever turned down any investors?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Really?
Not every. So, man, for all those guys investing, it's important that you vet your investors just as much as you, as you're vetted, right? It's an opportunity for them to make an ROI on their cash passively. And so we really like to glorify raising capital, but we should really glorify building sustainable businesses that have long-term value. And I think that with AI, it's really transforming that, because people can now build businesses like that,
right?
And go to market and build out, a successful business model. Profitability over how much you raised is really more important, right? If you can build a profitable business, then you don't need the capital. And I've built multiple businesses. Some I've gotten investors for, some I haven't got any investors for. And the one that's a lot more stress-free is the one that I didn't get investors for.
Yeah, so, I can imagine. Yeah.
100%.
Because you don't have that, just surveillance really about what you're doing.
Yeah, and every investor is not going to help you get to the next level. Some people just want their ROI, but also some people can really make your life hard, right? And when you get to a certain level of fundraising, and luckily I haven't had to deal with this too much. I think I've had one investor out of hundreds that was not a good experience. But what I've heard horror stories from other founders where at some point when you raise enough capital, you're going to have to get approval from every major investor to make, even the smallest decision. Yeah, 100%.
Really?
They can decide, how much money you can raise, whether you can raise.
What?
They have votes. And, if you don't have the right structure in place that allows you to have the right voting powers, they can vote you down and they can replace you.
This sounds like a board.
Yeah. I mean, once you raise a certain amount of capital, you have to establish a board, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that, again, every founder has to learn. I'm learning as well. So we recently established our board, right? And so once people invest a certain amount of dollars into your business, you definitely have to have that corporate infrastructure there and that corporate
and they
governance.
have a say-so.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. And that's why you work with people that you want to work with and that can help you get to the next level that you trust. Yeah. The upside is that they have more experience than you a lot of times, and they have a understanding of how to scale a business, and they can assist you. But the downside is that if they want to say no and outvote you on things, it could be possible. So,
oh wow!
How about your corporate structure? How it's set up?
Okay. Oh my goodness, juggling a lot.
It's a lot. You hear all the time about CEOs
layers.
to get you hear it all the time about CEOs to get ousted from their position. So,
but that's not what's happening here.
Oh no, I haven't had that. I haven't had that experience. I've been doing my job and
absolutely
we make sure we're set up the right way. So.
Amazing.
But also my investors are amazing. We have hundreds of investors. A lot of them are our customers at Eventnoire who invested. But again, and we've been able to grow consistently. Not as fast as I'd like to grow, but we've been able to grow.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you define success today compared to when you first started?
Great question. When I first set out, I had a revenue number and amount I wanted to raise.
Okay. And
I said, if I did that, I'm good. All right. Once I surpassed that, it's like, okay, well, you can go much further. You look at your peers, you look at folks that you attain to be, and the ceiling continues to rise. But for me, what I've been able to do is determine success looks like me getting better every single day and making sure that, okay, the Jeff from today is better than the Jeff from 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So my thing I'm working on is leadership. Emotional intelligence is extremely important for the leaders. A lot of people that are super smart don't have emotional intelligence.
Oof.
And you can't communicate with people and get a team to follow you if you don't have emotional intelligence. if you're not inspiring, if you're not optimistic and able to communicate that. So that's one thing I'm challenging myself on, and having a daughter recently has helped me a lot with that.
Yes, congrats, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And so, just getting better every day is my definition of success. And I have certain milestones I want to reach for sure.
Amazing. Okay. So, going off of that, you are a father of 2 now.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So what do you hope your children will learn from watching your entrepreneurship journey as they get older? What do you think they'll learn?
Number one is that in this world, you're meant to build something that's going to make you proud, and you're meant to live in your purpose, right? And so whether it's me working with Eventnoire or me having even owning the bar that I own with some of my best friends, when something's placed upon you, whether it's a mission or a vision, it's your job to act on it and live in your purpose and treat people good. So
treat
for me, it's treat people well, live in your purpose, and build something that you can be proud of.
Amen to that. I love that. Yeah. Okay. And so you built a...
And also, Daddy got a job for you in case other things don't work out, which I think is important. And that's something I saw my other friends and their parents are able to do. So okay,
so they can, of course, branch out and do their own thing. But if they want to...
If not, we have something for you. I think a succession plan is important. Building something that you can pass down to your children is important.
That's so true. Yeah. I had an attorney on, Karen Shaw. She was amazing. And she kind of referenced that, too, about how more families need to start putting those legal processes in place now so that, God forbid anything happens, you're not scrambling to do things last minute, children unfortunately losing assets from their parents because nothing was documented, nothing was set up. So that is important that you say that because it needs to be done.
And, the government will take your money if you don't have a will. So,
Hello.
Shout out to my friends Aston.
Yes, I love
my brother
Aston.
Rendell, they have a company called Inherit. And with Inherit, they actually help you set up your trust and will.
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right.
With that.
Shout out to them. Go Aston. Okay, so you built a career on creating events that involve people connecting, celebrating, and feeling seen. So with that being said, you got an amazing event coming up that's creating a lot of excitement.
Chicago Culture Ball. Yeah, the Culture Ball is getting bigger and bigger.
Tell us a little about that vision and why it's become such an important event.
Yeah, the Culture Ball is in our 5th year. It's an amazing event. We had the honor of having you on the red carpet last year as one of our hosts, so thank you for that. But the Culture Ball is really meant to celebrate amazing people in or from Chicago, or whoever Chicago tie, that are just doing amazing things in the areas of sports, music, business, entertainment. It's also kind of like a Chicago homecoming for people who want to come back and really celebrate the city. And for us, I think one thing about the Midwest and Chicago is that we're really humble. We don't speak a lot about the dope things that we do. We kind of just put in the work. Yeah. And so it's an opportunity for us to celebrate each other and celebrate the positivity of the city. And it's at the Obama Presidential Center this year.
Yes.
I say it's a new home for Black excellence. It's a new home for excellence in general. And so we're really excited about hosting a home court. This project's been going on for years, and people are super excited. And it's hard to get tickets, but we got tickets for you if you want to pull up on us at the Culture Ball, and we're expecting an amazing time again.
That's amazing. At the Obama Presidential Center as well, just open.
It's going to be the best year yet.
Yeah. I saw you were at the, grand opening ceremony.
Yes. I had the honor of being at the ceremony. Shout out to my people at the Obama Center, Chris Crater, everybody else over there. But it was such an amazing feeling in the air.
Was it? It was packed.
Oh, it was dope. It was dope. And it's packed full of dope people. And President Obama had this aura, right, that we don't necessarily have right now. Somebody just brought people together, allowed us to celebrate our diversity, whether you're white, Black, Indian, Asian. He essentially, Puerto Rican, whatever you are, right? He essentially, people want to be around him. He brought this energy where people gravitated around him and others. And when you saw each other, you just embraced each other. It made you proud to be an American and just ultimate vibes.
Really?
Barack would have been an amazing promoter back in the day, or just event host.
You think so?
His personality, his charisma,
Definitely.
His intelligence, right? Yeah. It just commands a level of excellence for the type of people you're gonna have around, and that's what was in the air.
Yeah, and Michelle too. Love Michelle.
We ain't gonna talk about Michelle.
She seems so amazing.
I feel like she might help him with his speeches. I mean, she's an amazing orator. I mean,
Definitely.
I mean, just inspirational.
Yeah. Did you shed a tear at the
I
ceremony?
wanted to shed a tear.
Almost.
I could. The thug in me couldn't let it loose, but it came close. I had to catch it right here now. No, I didn't. I didn't cry. I didn't cry this time around, but definitely got that warm feeling and tingling sensation of like, man, this is what the world's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Positivity, vibes, excellence, intelligence, and people inspiring each other.
Yeah, and he brought out a lot of celebs too. I saw.
Oh man, everybody was there.
Packed.
Everybody was there. Just be in the room, just a network. And I got a couple meetings I got to follow up on. But the Obama Presidential Center is literally going to transform the South Side of Chicago. It's happening. If you're in Woodlawn, hold on to your homes. Guys, I also do real estate. Hold on to your homes.
That's right.
Or sell them. If it makes sense for you, but get the right price for them, right? But it's going to transform because now you have a primary premier venue on the South Side of Chicago, where a lot of commerce is going to be happening, a lot of great events are going to be happening, and
like the Culture Ball.
Oh yeah, the Culture Ball. It's going down. It's the first big one happening August 15th. Tickets on sale. ChicagoCultureBall.com. It's going to be super dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Hebrew, Tom Capone, McKinley,
yes, name
Kiana, all the amazing people that we're going to be honoring that do amazing dope work in the city. So,
I love this night of excellence.
yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
So if you can leave a single piece of advice with the audience, what would it be? It could pertain to anything.
I would say never take backward steps, right? That's something that I learned a long time ago. Don't delight in backward steps. It's one of the things that we say about my brothers in Alpha Alphas, that we don't take backward steps. And I say just so that if something happens, even whether it's happening to you or it may just be happening for you, but if you're going through a situation, right, your goal is to go through it, right, and move forward. So I was just talking to somebody about a young lady that I work with, and she was just talking about somebody that was very negative, and it was like, okay, cool. But when somebody says something to me that's negative or gossips, like I don't even listen to it. Like, it goes through one ear and out the other, and I just like, oh, word, and I change the subject because we don't delight in things that aren't gonna allow us to elevate, right? And so when there's so many things that can distract you nowadays, whether it's social media. Like I had to cut back because I was watching fights all day on social media, right? And I was like, hold on, I just had 45 minutes watching fights on social media.
Time flies when you're scrolling.
Yeah. Mental pollution, right? So for me, it's like control what you digest and focus on things that elevate you. So we don't take backward steps. Something happened to you. If you're dealing with trauma from the past, address it if you can. But we always focus on how we can elevate every single day and surround yourself around people who are having conversations about elevating. Because you can, again, there's a lot of distractions here, but if you remain focused, you can't do anything but rise.
Amazing word. So no backward steps.
No backward steps.
I got to apply that.
You can't, we don't, trauma, pain, negativity, all the things that can hold us back, whatever barriers have been placed inside our lives, it happened to you. Accept it. Acknowledge it. Deal with the pain of it, but move forward. Because everybody has a sad story, but nobody cares about your story until you make it.
Come on now. Yeah. That's wise words. I love that. Yeah. Well said. Well said. That was amazing. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. This
was so great.
Thank you. Appreciate you. And this is a Chicago-focused platform, right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it is.
I just want to give a shout out to my brother DJ Commando. Rest in peace. He's been on my mind a lot lately, and I thought about him being like one of the most empathetic, warm individuals I ever knew. And so like him and my daughter had me kind of challenging myself to just be more in tune with the people that I love and the people around me. So
how did you meet Commando?
Man, I met him when he was in college. I was in college.
College years?
He was like sophomore year. Yeah, he started doing DJing for my events. He traveled from SSIU to U of I. And so, it's been about, 6 months since we lost him, but, I'm still unpacking it every single day. I didn't even talk too much about it, but it's like now I realize, oh man, like my brother's reminding me how important it is to just be in tune with your people. He check on you. He's always smiling. He make you take a shot. And I believe he truly lived his life to the fullest every day. And I think a lot of us can learn from that part of Commando for sure. So
absolutely. I never had the privilege of meeting him, but I saw all the outpour of love on socials, saying how amazing he was. Yeah.
Great brother. And so, again, we all can learn from folks who just are positive and always try to uplift folks because energy is important. Like,
very.
I'll say one more thing. As an entrepreneur, you grind every single day and working hard. As a business person, like it can drain you and it can literally change your mood. And I've had days where
absolutely.
it's like, you have a hard day at work, you might get a little cranky. All right. But we got to remind ourselves what we're building for, but also remind ourselves, hey, life is short. We got to make sure anytime you see somebody, you embrace them.
Yeah.
And you show love, and we don't delight in negativity. So,
Amen to that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like you said, life is busy, it's hectic, and I get like that sometimes too, where I'm just in the zone. Yeah. And I have to come up to check in on my people.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so bad with that. Please forgive me, y'all.
Yeah.
Just to check in, even my family, my brothers, because they live in Atlanta now. Okay. I got to remember to call and say, how you doing? How's everything going? Because for the most part, they're checking in on me. And I feel so bad, like, oh, my God.
Oh, likewise. I
got to reach out more.
Got to call my dad to this. Like, I forget sometimes. You can't take our people for granted, though.
At all. That is so true. I'm glad you said that. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jeff.
Thank you for having me.
Anything else coming up that we should know about?
We got Chicago Greek Weekend is this weekend. I think it's the 14th annual year.
Okay.
It's actually how I met my wife, actually, hosting this event. So
that's
why I love events and experiences, because like you never know who you're going to meet at an event. So that's how I connected with my wife. And so this is 14th annual year, I believe.
All right, now.
Like 2,000 folks coming out to events. You got a community service project today. So that's Chicago Greek Weekend. And outside of that, so much going on. Sponsorship Summit later on this year. We're teaching creators and event curators how to elevate their business. We did it in Atlanta in February. We're going to do it in November in Chicago. So outside of that, just host your event on Eventnoire. Yeah. We're launching doing some stuff in the health and wellness space that I'm excited, but I'll announce later on. But yeah.
Awesome. And you mentioned your lovely wife, of course. You met her at the Greek weekend?
Yeah, well, we connected. We met down at college once, and then but Chicago Weekend allowed us to really connect regularly. She was in the fashion show. I did. So
I'm glad you said that. Yeah. But since you're off the market and you know what used to be out there, do you have like any, from a man's perspective, advice for the women? Like, should we be outside more? What should we be?
Should I provide advice for the women? I don't know. Sometimes you don't want to hear it. I don't know.
I'm kidding. As a male perspective,
I do this all the time with my homegirls. I would say that it's extremely important that you're intentional about what you want. And you cannot be inside your house and expect Prince Charming to kick your door in and knock your couch over and come see you. So when I see a lot of my friends like, hey, man, I'm looking for a man. It's like, I haven't seen you looking for a man because you're not outside. And I say that the right places.
The right places. That's
I tell every lady right now, I'm a member of proud member, lifetime member of Alpha Alpha fraternity, but whether you're going to Kappa, Omega, Psi Phi, if you go to a fraternity conference, the ratio is literally 10 guys to every lady, right? Wow. And so I have seen and I believe everybody's beautiful, but I've seen so many, a couple of folks who are smart come to the bar and just relax in the lounge and get hollered at and like get a lot of attention. I'm sure they'll get all the time. But I would say you're setting yourself up in places where the ratio is in your favor, because there are a lot of places where it's not. So whether it's a bar, sports bar where people are watching the game, whether it's a fraternity conference where you know there's going to be guys there, I think it's all about positioning.
Positioning, that's the key word.
Position. And of course, men are physical creatures.
Definitely.
At the end of the day, making sure that you're taking care of yourself physically, whether it's working out. Let's say, I think that's important. And that's how you catch the guy's eye, but you keep them for your personality and who you are.
What about heels? Heels, no heels?
You know what? I learned not to tell women what to wear and not to wear. My preference, I love a woman in heels.
All right,
but I also own a bar, and I noticed that none of the ladies are wearing heels anymore. And
I was going to say,
ladies, you know what I'm saying? And so wear whatever you like, however you want to be, my preference, and I love when my wife puts on heels. I love when she dresses up. I love that about her. And that's, she's like a girly girl. And, but everybody has their preferences. So.
Definitely.
But yes, physical is very important. And being healthy is very important. I think that just as a community, that's something men and women, we have to continue to embrace. And I'm working on it myself. I had to get a trainer, man. I'm like, I got to get together, brother. You getting older.
Those trainers go hard. I'm like, goodness.
Yeah, I had to get one. I plan on having one for the rest of my life just because you could, as you get older, you feel a difference. And, if you can't show up for yourself, you can't show up for anybody. So
that is very true.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you. I'm sure we could
me.
dive into that topic and talk about that for hours. The whole dynamic of men and women and what you should and should not be doing. But I appreciate your perspective.
I don't care what the social media says.
Yes.
We do love each other. We
Absolutely.
do support. I mean, Black women support and be in many more ways than one. And don't be listening to threads and Instagram and let them tell you otherwise.
I know. It's so toxic.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Social media.
It's horrible. I think there are other cultures you don't hear these types of conversations
At all. The 50-50, the this or that. I'm like, okay.
We need each other. We absolutely need each other. And, when we work together, it shows, people just do better.
Yeah.
Whether it's two people working together with their finances, whether it's two people working together to support their children. We need each other, 100%. So,
amen to that.
Chill.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
You are amazing.
Much love.
And thank you guys, of course, for watching. Until the next episode, love you. Bye.